everyone, it's Marissa May. Welcome back to Idol. Since it's almost Christmas, Selena and I decided that we were going to do
chaotic Christmas episodes.
Until Christmas, our videos will be mainly Christmas themed, so if that interests you, please subscribe and stick around. Most of my videos on this channel are usually really goofy and chaotic. For this video, I am going to be a little more serious and talk about something that is personal to me, and also I think that it can help others, and this is what helped me. I really love Christmas. Christmas was a huge part of my childhood, and throughout my teenage years, it got more and more stressful and less enjoyable because I was so stressed. So I had social anxiety, and just the idea of getting together with family, I wanted to be able to enjoy it, but I was just emotionally drained. I'd get stressed out before the fact, and that would make it really hard for me to actually enjoy it when I got there to the family gathering to celebrate Christmas, because I'd be so exhausted from stressing out about it. So if you yourself have anxiety or a mental illness that affects how you enjoy Christmas, or just being comfortable during the Christmas season, I recommend this video to you. And if you have a friend or a family member that you're seeing this holiday, definitely stick around. Also, if you enjoy this video, please send it to someone if you think it can help them. With all that being said, I'm going to get started right into the video. One thing that's really hard for people with mental illness, and actually just people in general, is advocating for yourself. So that's something I've always struggled with. It really depends on the person if you struggle with it or not. It's really important not to just feel stressed, but actually figure out what it is that's stressing you out exactly in order to find a solution. And it's also important to share that with someone, because if you don't say anything, you're not going to be able to get the help that you need. And you know, Christmas is all about love, and you know, it's a happy time. The people you spend Christmas with should also want you to have a good time and want everyone to feel happy and loved. With that being said, they should be able to accommodate for you because they want everyone to have a good time. And if they're very stubborn or don't want to accommodate for you, I would maybe rethink who you're spending Christmas with. You need to know your stresses, first of all. And it's always good to have someone who knows your stresses, and you talk to them about this so that they can help you out and they can kind of be your
wingman for anxiety.
If you yourself have a mental illness that is affecting how much you will enjoy Christmas, or you're really stressed about something, talk to a family member. If you have a family member that has a mental illness, especially something like anxiety, please reach out to them and ask them if there's anything that they can do to help them. And definitely say, like, feel free to get back to me. Don't put them on the spot, because a lot of people just feel stressed. They don't actually think about what exactly is stressing them out. It's nice to just ask them if they're stressed about anything in particular, and see if and how you can help. Definitely try to do this the earlier the better. This also goes both ways. If you are nervous about something, please reach out to your family and tell them. The second thing I want to say is that you may not realize this if you don't have anxiety, and also some people with anxiety might not be affected by this because anxiety is so different for everyone. But something that's really stressed me out, and a lot of people that I've talked to about this topic, is opening presents one by one around the room. It doesn't really matter how you do your Christmas. A lot of people will do like individual one by one. And what stresses me out, and the people I've talked to, is like, you don't want to act as if you don't like the present, and then you're focusing so hard on your reaction, and you're scared that you're going to upset that person, even if you love the present so much. I'm stressed out that I'm going to sound like I don't like it, and I'm like so scared that that's what they're going to think, is that I don't like the present. And that's really stressful for me. And also, everyone in the whole room staring at me while I do something, and they're watching my facial expression, they're watching, you know, that's a lot for me, and I've heard it's a lot for other people too, the people I've talked to. So maybe that's something you want to talk to someone about, changing or doing it a little bit differently if possible. Something that my family has done is like, okay, so we're all opening presents from grandma, so we'll just all the kids will open at the same time, kind of thing. And everyone's been pretty accommodating in my family, so that's been good. Another thing that's kind of similar to this, I think, at least in my brain, is going around the room and saying what you're thankful for. That can be really stressful for people. It's funny because I talk to a lot of people with anxiety, and then when I talk to people who don't have anxiety as well, but I often just assume that this is just like a normal thing, like, oh, this is so stressful, and they're like, you find this stressful? This is so fun, kind of thing. And I'm like, what? People don't realize that it can be stressful. When I was in high school, I would sit waiting for my turn for attendance, and I would know the 5 people in front of me in attendance, and I'd be practicing how I would say here, and I'd be saying it in my head, like here, 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 and I'd be so scared that my throat wouldn't work. And I would be like observing the room to see what everyone else is saying, because sometimes people would be like, hi, or like, hey, and I would be so stressed out. And the whole time I'm just thinking about that. And that is the same when we're going around the table. I also want to say, like, never put someone on the spot and like make them say grace or something like that if that's something you and your family do. Like, definitely don't force anyone to do something like that, because that can be really stressful. But again, anxiety is so different, so you really have to talk to your family member, friend with anxiety, or yourself to figure out what stresses you out, because sometimes something like this would totally not stress someone else out who has anxiety, whereas it would totally stress someone else out that has anxiety.
You know what I'm saying.
The other thing that I have is it's really important to have, like I said earlier, like your wingman anxiety person that knows what's going on and can help you. I think something that's really important is having like, some sort of signal that like you're not okay, or some sort of signal that you need space, or you're gonna go recharge a little bit or whatever, because it can be really hard to sit there the whole time. And this does not mean that you are being rude, needing to recharge faster than other people. I love hanging out with people. I talk their ears off, so you can probably tell, and stuff. But I often get very, very out of battery and just out of it, and I need to recharge and just be like sitting by myself, just like calming down kind of thing. And it's not because I don't like my family. It's not because, they're doing anything wrong. They're not being mean. It's because I have a disorder and my brain goes wild. So, yeah, that's another thing that's really important, is just like knowing that, like, if you need to step away for a minute, that's not you being rude. And if anyone thinks it's being rude, that's kind of their problem. And you can try to explain it to people if they're kind of willing to have the discussion. The code signal is more so if you're having like a gathering with a bunch of people. But yeah. So yeah, the last thing is just like allow them to recharge, which I kind of talked about. I think a lot of parents are like, it's rude if you walk away, like sit there and, be active in the conversation. Don't be on your phone or anything. Which, I mean, it's understandable. You want to be there, but if you don't recharge, at least for me, I'm going to sit there completely zoned out, not paying attention, and stressing in my head. I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, over and over again in my head. I'm not going to be enjoying it. I'm not going to be actively a part of the conversation. Whereas if, I get to the Christmas event, we hang out for a bit, I go sit downstairs, maybe I go on my phone, maybe I listen to music, maybe I just sit there and relax, or like read for a little bit, 15 minutes, and then I come back and I'm ready to have a conversation again and, hang out with people, that in my head is a way better outcome than sitting there not really communicating and not really saying much, than actually being actively involved in the conversation, stepping out for 15 minutes and coming back. Christmas is all about love and giving, and it's so important that, you know, everyone has a good time and that we respect each other and that everyone feels welcome, comfortable, and appreciated and accepted. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions or comments, anything you'd like to add, questions, anything like that, please comment them down below because I do want to hear your guys' thoughts. I mean, this is kind of my 2 cents, my things that I've gained over the years. But yeah, I'm always interested in learning more. I always am interested in talking to people with anxiety and their experience. I'm always interested in talking to people without anxiety and their experience because I think it's just really cool because we all have these different experiences. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Alright, so this is my first chaotic Christmas episode, kind of more serious, but yeah, I will be here again with probably a more chaotic video and a little bit less serious. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Happy holidays!
I'll edit that later.